Most med students don't plateau because they lack knowledge. They plateau because they're building a system that guarantees that they never improve. Meet Haley, a med student 2 weeks from step 1. Her scores have been stuck in the low 60s for 6 straight weeks. She's been making a card for every UWorld question that she misses for the past 2 months. But the moment that her stats come up, the problem is obvious. Watch as we trace the exact pattern keeping her score frozen. Then, stick around for the one shift that puts 10 points back on her score today. I mean, 2 weeks to jump 7 points. It's doable, but the issue is that generally when it's that tight, oftentimes people tend to rush and cut corners. And so it actually hurts their score more. I know it sucks to say, and you may have to just like walk this path as opposed to like, listen to this perspective. But in general, if you're like this close, I would actually probably push your test out now as opposed to wait.
Okay. I have not scheduled it, so just letting you know.
Oh, I see. I would plan on taking it like kind of the latest that you can without having to push a rotation. And the reason I say that is that, again, like a lot of people have to walk this and experience it rather than like listen to it. But like I can tell you that the most common mistake that we see people make at this stage is obviously there are benefits to taking it sooner, right? You have a much better chance of having a better sort of track through rotations. That's really nice. Now, the challenge is that people optimize only for that outcome as opposed to the score
long-term
outcome.
Yeah.
And so your score is going to matter a lot more in the context, like in the grand scheme of things, because you want to do something really competitive. And so like, I mean, yes, it would be great to have the world's best like track to get there. But if you fail your test, it will not matter. So of those two things, like what would I rather optimize for? Like having the best possible score going into clerkships and maximizing my chances step 1, or, trying to have the best theoretical path to like through rotations. I mean, if you were my favorite cousin, I would push you towards the former.
Yeah, and I did delay already. So we had
Sure.
Yeah, so it's like I already made the logical decision because I knew it wasn't worth the risk. So if there's really no difference in track besides potentially getting a better one between the 6th and 7th versus the 20th and 21st, like those extra 2 weeks could make a big difference. I understand that.
Well, because you're going to triple your dedicated, like remaining dedicated.
Mhm.
Like it's not a small difference, right? Like this is a pretty massive difference. So, because what we want is we want to give you, like, I mean, based on the work that we were doing before, my guess is that your problem isn't that you're not learning things properly. Because clearly there are some things that you know really well. Like getting 80s on the general principles questions is really hard. That's actually, I think that is technically the largest section in all of step 1, outside of application of foundational science principles, which frankly, there's a lot of overlap between that and general principles, right? But it's like, that's a big section. So the fact that you can get 80 or 88 on that is good. That's a very good sign. And we also want to make sure that, let me just pull that up again. Yeah, general principles 80. Yeah. Oh, no, 88. Sorry. I'm understood. Yeah, 88. That's great.
Mhm.
Right? That's fantastic. So, like that's good. You just have some really, really low sections that are holding you back. Sounds like you haven't done immuno. Sounds like maybe you haven't done heme. You're currently doing neuro. Like, so you have some weak sections, MSK,
Yeah, I haven't
skin and
done a
connected.
single like MSK question on UWorld.
Yeah. So it's good, right? So it's like, if you just make sure, the key is that you have to make sure that you don't lose the old stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And so like, if you only give yourself 10 days of dedicated, that's going to be really hard. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to catch up on all of your old cards, which is probably going to take 4 or 5 days is my guess. Don't do the crazy thing of trying to catch up all in one day, because then you're just going to feel horrible about yourself. Set your new cards to 0.
Okay.
And then set your old cards to about 200.
Okay.
And then just do 200. And when you finish those 200, it'll feel pretty good. And then you can extend that and you can make it 300. And then it'll just show you the difference between that. So you'll just do an extra 100 cards.
Okay.
And then you just do that until you've caught up. And then once you've caught up, then you can go back to adding new cards.
Okay. And
But you have
studying
to
new
catch up on
cards?
your old cards. Sorry?
And studying the new cards?
Both, yeah.
Okay.
Studying and yeah. But because you've got part of the issue is that you got like you were reviewing your old cards. You were kind of doing the short-term thing, right? You were it was like trying to cram. So it's like you were probably optimizing for doing lots of questions, and you're like, oh, I don't have time to make cards,
Mhm.
or I don't, if I, you were making cards, but you weren't doing them. You weren't
Correct.
reviewing the new cards because you were like, I need to do more questions, which is, normal. That's pretty normal. The problem is then it caps how high your score can get. So like in the short term, that's an okay lever to pull if you're like already there and like you want to just give yourself like a little boost. The problem is that you stopped adding to your overall knowledge about what, like 6 weeks ago, something like that,
Mhm.
8 weeks ago. And so because of that, then your potential cap in terms of knowledge is pretty low. If you find this helpful, be sure to check out our 14-step course below in the description. It's completely free and it can help you skyrocket your scores in 14 steps or less. Be sure to check it out. The second thing is you need to do the most recent new cards first. And so Anki, I used to have an option where it's like if you had just added it, it would show it to you first. I don't think they do that anymore. It's been a while since I think they've taken away that option. So instead, you can actually force Anki to show you the newest cards that you just made.
Okay.
So I
That
would do
video
that,
shows
right?
that?
Because yeah, it's a blog post.
Okay.
And so because like if you look at these scores, like if the only thing that you did, like if we do the math, and if the only thing that you did was to turn histology, micro and immuno, neuro, and MSK derm, like MSK, yeah, MSK derm, into at least 70s or 80s, you would probably get to like your 68 just from that alone, without any work with interpretation or things like that, just with the knowledge. Because these are pretty big sections. Micro and immuno is a huge section. That might actually be the largest section, right? The other thing is, are you doing farm cards every day?
No. I mean, if they're
Okay.
mixed in there, then I will, but
Okay. You should either get the farm deck or make your own or something. But like pharmacology, if the only thing you did was like get pharmacology from like 50s to 90s, you would also, because that's like what, 12% of the test, something like that.
Mhm. I have your farm deck, by the way.
Okay, great. So that's 40%, right? So 0.4 times, yeah, probably about 12. So that would add like 5% to your score just from that. If you could go from 50s to 90s on farm, you could add 5% to your score. That in and of itself would cause your score to be like a 68.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Like if you just get really good, but you'll notice that the theme here is that you have to get really good at the things that you suck at and make sure that you don't lose the things that you're already good at. And so I think the main issue that happened is that you maybe kind of like panicked. You tried to cut some corners. You first stopped. You first kept making cards but not doing the new cards, and just keeping up with the old stuff. And then you just stopped doing new cards altogether. And so like your knowledge then like really plateaued. And so like for literally like 6 weeks in a row, your score was almost the same.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not that you're bad. It's not that your QI sucks. Like, yeah, I'm sure your QI could improve. And I think that like you've got some pretty big gaps in your knowledge. And so it's, relatively straightforward to restart this. You just have to make sure that you catch up on all of your old cards. Because again, this is primarily a knowledge problem.
Okay.
Because you're smart. You work really hard. I think you can read questions reasonably well, right? Could you improve any QI? Sure, of course. Everyone can. And I think that in your case, again, literally, if the only thing you did was to just take your pharmacology and make it a 90, you could get a 68 just from that alone.
Yeah.
Right? And then you add on top of that, histo, microimmuno, MSK, biostats, and it's like if you just added those to it, you could add another 5%.
Mhm.
But you have to you should be making 50 new cards a day and then immediately forcing them into your deck. You have to like this is a knowledge thing. If you just massively increased your depth of understanding of the things that you're weak at, and over the next 4 weeks, do you think that you could massively increase your score
Yeah, I
in those subjects?
yeah, because when I've done it in the other topics, my score massively increases on the next
Great.
test.
So so you know it works, you just gotta do it for those things.
Okay,
So that's the good news, right? We need reminders more than we need to be taught,
yeah.
right?
So focus more on
So
catching up on my old cards if I have, like, limited time because I still have classes every day this week.
catch up on your old cards.
Okay, old
That's your
cards
first
is
priority.
priority. Okay,
Yeah, if the only thing that you did in the week that you've got classes is catch up on your old cards, that would be worth it.
okay, great. I can
Sounds
definitely
good?
prioritize that. Yep.
All right, Haley. It's really good to see you.
Yep, you too, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Bye.
All right, take care. Most plateaus come from making cards but not doing them right. There are settings, deck structure, and review patterns that separate students who use Anki well from the students who waste hours on it. In my next video, I'll show you how I went through over 28,000 flashcards every day for 17 years. Click here to watch.